Hey guys, interesting day today. Kind of thought SPY was gonna roll over right at the get-go. I actually shorted it and had to cover twice. Oh, just had my levels up there. But I get a feeling we're like bouncing around between themes, and if it's not electric vehicle, it's something else. You know, it's solar, it's whatever. I kind of feel like China might get hot again, the Chinese stocks. So I bought 2,300 shares of Momo because I couldn't find anything that hadn't run yet. I got a stop for 1,300 of them just below today's area there. I got in right in here. It looked like I like to see a big move than a pullback. But on the 1 year daily, and it's not the best stock. They actually make money though. It's just been so beaten down. But looking at this channel on the 1 year daily, we've kind of started to curve even before we started to see moves in like JD and Baba. And maybe with the Biden regime, we'll have a little bit more of an amicable look towards China. But we kind of have this little intermediate channel here, and you have a gap, a runaway gap with the top of the candle there, tapping here, tapping here, tapping there. And we kind of feel like we needed to retouch the bottom area, but we didn't. We started to kind of, firm up a little bit and kind of hold this little intermediate channel area right in here, and then kind of break up from there. And now we're holding the 20, and we're having a battle between the 20 and the 50, and that's where you got the intraday rejection. I'm thinking maybe that's overcome, and we have a move to the upside. So I'll probably sell my position if it gets back up close to 14 intraday, half of it, and then I'll hold half of it, and we'll see what happens on Momo. JD, I shorted intraday channel. I should have, when I covered, I made a profit, and I made like $160. Nothing spectacular, but just having a little fun intraday today. There is kind of a channel top here, and it keeps bumping up against it. It moves something like this in here, like that. And when we fail to hit this top channel marker here, it pulled back, and I covered on the pullback. And here is kind of the lower channel. You can see the bottom areas coinciding with our yellow moving average. So that looks super strong. It keeps bumping up against the top channel. But right in here, I shorted it and then just covered the pullback there on the doji. But I think Momo might have a little bit of a move left in it. Have some fun shares in Edit, just practicing some technical moves because Edit has really crazy moves on it, and I usually use 300-400 shares. I noticed that the spreads are too wonky, so just sharpening my little skills in Edit. I bought this spot on, and I have a feeling it's going to go back and hit my top line, which would break the high of the day. And my top line goes way back. It's at like 74.30. So we'll see if I'm right. Just practicing some moves there. PEC was an interesting move today, but I don't know. A lot of these stocks look like they're everybody's looking for these longer term moves and these beaten down penny stocks. I don't know that PEC is one of them, but I didn't like a lot of these wicks that we see. Every time it's popped, it's failed. I tried to short some too, and it didn't work because, of course, TD had no shares available. But I do have a big position in ONTX, this little micro cap. Where's ONTX? And it's moving, interestingly enough, today. Why is it not coming up? And here is the move intraday on ONTX, breaking through some of my channel resistance areas. I think I have like 2,600 shares, so I might lighten up a little bit of that there. But interesting move longer term on ONTX. I have a feeling this year some of these penny stocks are going to turn into long-term winners. But we are breaking through. We had this move and then we curled, and then now we're breaking through that channel again. But once again, we're getting to some overbought areas. But I like how the body of the candles into that prior wick there. So that looks interesting on that. And QuantumScape's been super volatile today. I mean, I got out of this thing. I thought I got out of this in the 90s and hundreds and thought that I'd left a lot of money on the table. I just started getting interested in it again, just for intraday scalping. And it's kind of holding these little channels here. Definitely lost momentum in this little area in here across this line there. So a little worrisome. Could have caught a bounce there and it didn't. Instead it rejected it, and now you probably have a little bit of a overhead resistance area. It kind of looks something like this. So here's your triangle wedge on QS if you're interested. Maybe you can replicate that, in my opinion. And let me see what SPY is doing here. I think we just bounced off one of my Fibonacci areas. Yeah, I actually was shorting it at 370.20. I used big shares, 500, whatever, really tight stops, and it just kept getting too choppy there. It looks like I would have made some money, but expect more volatility. I think that's going to be the theme this year, especially going into this election situation we have tomorrow. So let's see how it goes today.